Hi, I wanted to talk on the State of the Union. Something we don't talk about much. Of course, the President of the United States every year gives an address in which he talks about the general state of the Union, the health of the Union, its welfare. Um, I'd like to give a little talk on the State of the Union. Having lived long, I have seen many things happen. I have gone from the time of watching John F. Kennedy on television to the present day. I have watched the political scene for the last 50 years. In fact, I used to enjoy watching President Kennedy's press conferences. They were fascinating. They were interesting. And they were filled with intellectual prowess. It's something sadly lacking today. We don't see this anymore in our political conversations, in our political talks and speeches given by presidents or Congress. The age of intellectual prowess has passed us in many respects. Everyone has a degree and everyone's a PhD or this or that, but if you'll notice, the general lexicon has suffered drastically. This is not a good thing. This is not a good thing for our nation. The intellectual prowess of this nation is questionable. We have issues with our borders. We have issues over race. We have issues over insanity, like people terrified of being offended. This is basically kind of wooing the slightly touched vote. Okay, you have people that get offended over anything. My philosophy is with people like that, go stick your head in a bucket of water and you'll feel better in about 2 minutes. You won't be offended anymore. In fact, you won't bother anybody anymore by your stupidity. But look at the nation as we are. We don't read like we used to. We don't speak. We don't have discourse. The arts are suffering. We don't listen to music as we once did. We don't try to enhance ourselves intellectually as we once did. We don't understand the sciences. We don't understand geography. We don't understand the political system. We hardly know who our congressmen or women are. We hardly know who our senators are. And there's a reason for that. They're basically useless. We have a whole series of individuals who have been reelected so many times they've become ineffective. It's time to clean out this mess of these ancient, useless people in Congress and start finding young people with new ideas. We've become stagnant as a country. We have become very unproductive as a country. We have so many people that are sucking on the tit of the government for sustenance. So many people don't want to work. I don't know why we don't do like a WPA program. Build roads, build highways, build bridges, build schools, build work on things. If you don't have a job, work for the WPA. The government should be doing this if we had people with imagination. But we don't. We have bureaucrats. Bureaucrats have one thing in common. They have a complete lack of imagination because they think like government bureaucracies. And a bureaucrat is just a useless government individual who sees their job and doesn't see anything past it. This is one of the problems with our country, with our government. Now, granted, the government, the system that was set up for us many years ago, is an amazing, amazing thing, based mainly on ancient Greek and ancient Roman cultures. They wanted to make sure they got several things out of the government. First off, they wanted to get rid of God, although we have wackos that are still pushing to put God in our government, which is a mistake. We had a religious zealot by the name of Salmon Chase who insisted on putting that crazy thing on there called "In God We Trust." I think that's very wrong. You never want to have a God represent a government. Look at the Middle East, and you see God represents the government. And look what happens out there. But we're not that bright. We don't figure these things out. And we still think we want to have God. I'll tell you something. The ancient Romans and the ancient Greeks had their gods. And they were just as real as our gods. But they were a lot more intelligent than we are. One of the unfortunate problems. So the State of the Union. It's more than any person can truly handle. It's more than any group can truly handle. But I would be of a mind to say that we need to just get rid of the entire pack of bureaucrats and bring in fresh blood. We have a presidential election taking place this year. It's like afternoon at the home. Let's see, we have Bernie Sanders, he's 74. We have Hillary Clinton, she's going to be 70. Donald Trump is going to be 70. These are all people born in the 1940s. This is 2016. I want to have somebody born in 1980 running for office, not 1940-something. But all of those candidates are born in the 1940s. From the FDR and Truman administrations. You know, I think that I'm too old to be president, to be perfectly honest. And I want to see young people because, you know, young people have ideas. Great inventions, great innovation comes from young people, not from old people. Yeah, we have good ideas every now and then, but believe me, there's nothing like the fertile mind of a young person. And that's what you need. Sure, you need regulation. Sure, you need control. But also you need imagination. You need all the various things that will allow someone to expand the government by use of their mental faculties, not following the dictates of bureaucracy. So the state of the nation is not too great, to be perfectly honest. There's great deficits. There's too many wars going on. We have too many clandestine wars going on. We have the fourth branch of government. We have lots of things we don't even know about going on. And the Constitution is being stretched, tattered, ripped, and threatened in so many different ways. We need new ideas. We're getting to be an older country in so many ways. We need to think in a new and totally different way, because the same old has gotten so old that it has proved itself to be nearly and totally ineffective.